Today, we're checking out the True Shield low profile hard tri-fold tonneau cover for the 2020 and newer Jeep Gladiator JT. This cover is a great option for Gladiator owners who want a slick, secure way to protect their gear from the elements without having to sacrifice bed access or adding any bulky look to the back of the truck. The standout feature of this cover has got to be its tri-fold design paired with the nice low profile appearance that's seamless on the bed. It folds up into 3 sections so you can access just part of your bed when you need to, or fold it all the way up when full access is needed without having to remove the entire cover. That convenience makes it a great choice for someone who needs a balance between everyday utility and quick cargo access. The low profile design sits nearly flush with the bed rails, which not only improves the overall look by giving it a clean, streamlined profile, but also helps with aerodynamics. That can mean less drag at highway speeds and potentially even better fuel economy. On top of the looks and convenience, this cover is built to provide solid all-weather protection. Whether it's raining, snowing, or just keeping stuff out of that blazing sun in the summertime, this is gonna form a tough barrier to cover your gear. It's an ideal upgrade for Jeep owners who frequently carry tools, camping equipment, or valuables in the bed of their truck and want a peace of mind that their cargo is gonna stay secure and dry. The panels are strong enough to withstand the elements and the occasional bump and scrape, and the locking system works with your tailgate, adding another layer of protection. If you're using your Gladiator for work or adventures, this cover keeps everything organized, safe, and dry, while looking really sharp while it does it. When it comes to the construction, this is all about durability. The panels are made from hard composite materials that resist dings and dents, and the whole thing is wrapped in a tough, weather-resistant finish that stands up to the sun, rain, snow, and dirt. The internal frame is reinforced for added structure, helping the cover hold its shape and lock into place securely every time. The seals around the edges are designed to keep out the moisture, while the aluminum frame stays lightweight and rust resistant. It's made to handle tough, everyday use, whether you're commuting, hauling tools, or heading out onto the trail.
Now, when it comes to the pricing on this, it's coming in right around that high $800 price range.
That's a solid value considering the level of protection, durability, and the convenience you're getting all in one package. It's not going to be the cheapest option on the market, but you're paying for something that lasts and adds practical function and style to your Gladiator. Installation is nice and straightforward, so this is getting rated just a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can have this installed in about 1 hour of your time. Now let's head on out to the shop, and they're gonna give you a detailed walkthrough of exactly how this install process goes.
Tools required for this install include a 5mm Allen wrench and the included wrench.
What's up, guys? Today we're installing a tonneau cover on our Gladiator, so let's get started. So we're gonna start off by mounting our side rails. Now we have a little bit of assembly to do on here before we bolt them down to the bed. We've got our bracket that our bolt's gonna go through to hold the tonneau cover down to our rail that we're gonna have to slide on first, and then we also have a drain tube. So we're gonna come to the back right here. There's a little notch in both sides of this bracket that's gonna line up on our rail, and we're just gonna slide it in. We don't need it in any particular place for right now. We'll just slide that to exactly where we need it when we get our cover on here. So I'm gonna start off with our bracket. I'm just gonna get that lined up, slid onto my rail, and then I can grab my drain tube. Now these are side specific, so just get the one that matches up. And then we're just gonna tuck that into the hole at the back of the rail. And then we can get our clamps installed underneath. So now we're gonna work on our clamps here. So rotate your side rail up, make sure it's all the way back against the bulkhead. And then this clamp we're gonna have to rotate up. This ridge side is gonna sit on the inside lip of our bed. And then we're gonna thread in that bolt just hand tight to get it started so it'll hold itself up. And then take the 17mm wrench included in the kit and tighten that bolt down. So now we're just gonna do that same thing on the front here.
then repeat that same process on the other side. Next, we need to find a spot for our drain tubes to run outside of the bed. So we have this hole right here that's the perfect size for our tube. So we just need to feed that down in there towards the ground. And then do the same thing on the other side.
Now before we get our tonneau cover bolted down, we're gonna need to install our weather seal. It's gonna go back across the bulkhead. So you're just gonna start at the plastic bed cap on one side and run this all the way over to the plastic bed cap on the other side. You're gonna have a little bit of excess, so you're gonna need to use some scissors to trim it to size. Now for demonstration purposes, we're not gonna be installing this piece, so we're gonna move on to getting our tonneau cover in here. So now we're ready to get our tonneau cover bolted down to our rail. I've got this lifted into the bed. You're gonna wanna latch it at the front, so you make sure your alignment's good, and then we're gonna line up our bracket with the hole in our tonneau cover. So we can go ahead and flip that over. You can look through the hole to see if you're lined up or not. This needs to go a little bit to the right, so I'll make that adjustment. Lay it back down, and then you're gonna take your bolt with this rubber washer, go down through the hole and through your bracket. Slide my bracket a little bit to get that to go down and through, and then we'll go underneath and get our nuts on the back.
So now underneath our tonneau cover, once you have that stud through your bracket, you can take a 5mm Allen wrench to tighten down that bolt on your bracket. Make sure this stud stays straight. And then on the bottom of that stud, we're gonna get a flat washer and a lock washer. And then our twist knob. And once that's tightened all the way down, take your cotter pin and put it through the hole in the stud. And then you can grab your strap and hook it onto the rearward hole on the bracket. And then repeat on the other side.
So that'll wrap up this review and install of the TruShield low profile hard trifold tonneau cover for your 2020 and newer Jeep Gladiator JT. Thank you for watching, and for all things Gladiator, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.